Good morning, good morning. Is there anything more beautiful than a scarf? Yesterday, I am actually busy sorting out what clothes to pack for Thailand. And then I got sidetracked. There in the back, in front of the window, you can see all my scarves. I am using them there in front of my window as a curtain. And I was going through them and I found this one. I have absolutely no idea where I got it. Most probably a friend. And look at it. Isn't this just the most gorgeous thing? I never wear it, and you can see the sun is now starting to get hold of it, so it's very sad. So the thing is, when you use scarves in front of a window and you don't want them to fade, you got to put something behind it. Well, I didn't. So I've got a couple of scarves that's now looking like this. But this is totally beside the point. Yesterday I was going through my social media and I saw this little clip. I mean, it was really a couple of seconds, but it got me so excited that I ran to my scarves, because now I got to try what I saw. Now let me tell you what I found. And it is absolutely fantastic idea. A fantastic idea. So I immediately thought about this scarf. I got this scarf, look how beautiful, from my mother. My sister-in-law, my brother's wife, and her children, they've got this linen business there where they make beautiful linen things. And they gave this scarf to my mother. And when she passed, I took the scarf. But look how beautiful. They made little, it's like grapes. You just put little pieces of sponge inside and you make these little grapes. And when I saw that idea of how to make a cover up using a scarf, I immediately thought of this, because years back really I thought about the same idea and I just didn't go through with it. And you know, us with the midlife heat flushes and things, it's very difficult for me to wear in the summer during the heat long sleeves or even that kind of sleeves. That's why I always look like this. But sometimes you just need something a little cover up. So usually I've got my scarf. I've got my one, the go-to scarf, the one I always wear on my little bag. I go with that bag everywhere and my scarf goes with. So I've got my go-to scarf. And whenever I feel chilly or whenever I need to cover up, I've got my scarf. And that's why I actually never use lots of scarves, because the one thing that really frustrates me with a scarf is it falls off. You know, it's nice. Yes, I am now very, very smart. I'm now putting on my scarf, and then usually you want to throw it over your shoulder, but this is not really very comfortable. You can see it's already falling off, and now I've got my handbag, and this is just not comfortable. But you need something, you know, just for the chill in the air. So now Thailand, you got to know, it is hot. they only have one season, and that is summer, and that is hot, extremely hot, and over the top hot. That is what they have. So we are now supposedly going into the winter season. So their winter season is like our hottest summer season. So now you gotta know. I'm just very thankful we are going now, because I can cope with that heat. But hotter than that, I kind of pass out. It is just too hot for me, because we're not used to that heat where we stay. But back to the scarf. So I found this scarf, and what the woman did, it's in China or somewhere in the East. She just went, and they were all lying there, and she just took one and put it on. So it was, at the end, I think it must have been this size. It wasn't very, very large, because now look, I've already did the one side. So what they did was they closed up the sides, the ends. They closed it up, and when you wear it, look at this. This one I haven't closed up yet. So this one I did. So what I really did, I just sewed a piece of thing in there to close it up. But look at this. So this one isn't done yet. So I just need to, what I did was I just put the two together like this, and then I just sewed them together, sewed again with a piece of very thin, I found it in my thrifting stash, elastic. I mean, there you can see I just sewed this from there, sewed, made a double, triple knot thing there, went all the way, and voila. Look at this. Isn't this absolutely the best idea ever? So this one I now need to sew together in order for me to have a little cover up. And look at this. I mean, it's staying there. It's not even falling off my shoulders. I don't know how and why it doesn't. It's not falling off my shoulders. It stays nice and tight here. I made sure that it's just tight enough to be above my elbow, you know. And look at this. Isn't this absolutely gorgeous? So now, this was not exactly what they did. I will tell you now exactly what they did. Oh, I already have a hot flush. Just wearing this, it's very hot here today. So you can see that I just sewed it in one little spot. But that's not actually what they did. And the awesome thing is, I never wore this. Never wears it. Never ever, because I don't know why. You know, now I will definitely, that one is going with to Thailand, because all my strappy dresses, my strappy tops, my, you know, all my, look at this, this is all my clothing that's I'm packing out. Yes, we have a little bathroom in our big room, because we are upstairs on the first floor or whatever. And so we've got the toilet and the wash basin and a very lovely bath. And but the bath I usually use as a hanger, you know. Yep, we do that. We do it. I do it also. But look at this. This is now my beautiful top that I made from vintage serviettes. Look now, I'm now going to Thailand. I'm now dressed there because that is now not like home. I mean, I'm living with my kids in their home. Plus we go out a lot and their friends come to visit. So I cannot just be in my house clothes. Yes, I've got house clothes. The same things that I wear over and over again. Because why not? But now I gotta go and I got to be more respectable, or what is the word? And so I need, for 2 months we're going, so for 2 months I will have to be respectable every day. Oh, that is a challenge to me. No more just roaming around at home. But look at this. I mean, isn't this the most gorgeous thing that you've ever seen? I mean, so this is definitely going with. This goes with everything that I have. And I love this idea. That is why I made this one like this, because I just love the bohemian. I love that. So look at this. All of a sudden, I've got my base on, my base, my little top, and either a jean or a skirt. Now I've just covered it up with a nice shirt. And voila, little bit chilly. I need to go out and it stays on. It's like a piece of clothing. It's not like a scarf that you just throw over. This one just stays. Isn't it gorgeous? So, but now that is once again not exactly how they did it. So I went through my scarves and then I found this one. I think I bought this at a Chinese shop here in South Africa because of the flowers. I mean, isn't this gorgeous? And once again, I don't think I've ever wore it. It's sad, isn't it? It's really, really sad. But now, look at this. When I create the same type of thing, just as a little cover-up top, I will wear it. I will definitely wear it more. So what they did in the video is they did this. They put their piece of elastic in front. They sewed it closed, so you can sew it hand or machine. You don't need a machine. You can just sew it closed, not too far up, then it's going to pull, I realized. But let's say that much. You just sew it closed, and then you just put elastic in the front. And voila, there you have a beautiful long sleeve thing, cover up. Isn't it gorgeous? So what I am going to do with this one, because look at that. I'm not going to put my elastic in there. I'm going to put my elastic in here. Because look at that. Then I have that little piece there. Just beautiful. And I'm also going to make sure it's not too tight, that I can pull it if I want to, just above the elbow. And then it's more like a summery thing. Isn't this just absolutely the best idea ever? Another thing that I just want to say is, look at this. This is not a very large scarf. You can see this is about half a meter, not even a meter. The width, yes, this is about a meter. So it's not big. Most of my scarves are very long. It's long. So when you use that to do this cover up, there's gonna be a lot of cloth there at the back, you know. So nothing wrong with that actually, absolutely nothing wrong. I just don't know how it's gonna sit, how it's gonna wear when it's that large. But I mean, you're gonna pull it in here, so as I showed you, I used a needle and a thread. I found this very thin little piece of elastic. I also have black, I saw there. So what I can really do is I can sew this closed with my sewing machine or by hand, and then I just take this and chop, 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 work it around the ordinary little stitch, pull it in nicely. The reason is I have never ever worked with this type of elastic in my machine, sewing machine. And I'm really not gonna find out how to do it for this little. This is not really a lot of work, so I really don't need to find out and try to get my machine's tension right and everything. So I'm just gonna do it by hand. But look at this. This is a top. I mean, this is going to be a beautiful top that I can just wear, and it stays on. It doesn't have these things, you see. So a scarf you wear like this, or mostly like this, but when you wear it as a cover up, you cover your shoulders, and then it's not, for me, comfortable to just wear throughout the day. You go everywhere, you do your things. This is not comfortable. But this as a cover up with like this is going to be very comfortable. It's like wearing a shirt. It's just like wearing a shirt. And as I said, when you sew it closed like this, then it does not fall off because it grips there. Another thing that I've also realized, and this is another thing I want to say about upcycle. You know, you take things of yours, you buy things at the thrift stores, and you upcycle it. Forget about perfection. It doesn't work with upcycle. It will drive you absolutely bonkers, make you crazy. Just do it. You know, I did the first one. I sewed my first one and I overlapped my two pieces. And guess what? It didn't work. So I took this, and instead of, I overlapped them like that, and I sewed them there. And when I put it on, it really didn't look right, and I didn't like it. So guess what? I just pulled it out. You know, no big deal. You just pull it out and do something else. That's when I realized, no, I just need to put the two pieces together and then just sew from the one side, you know, because the only reason is I didn't want to close that side up. But if you do it the same as I'm now going to do with this, you hand sew or stitch the one side closed, and then you add your elastic, this time more to the front. But like I did, I can now put my elastic here. I can do whatever blows my hair back. Once again, when it doesn't feel right, when it doesn't sit right, just pull it out. I mean, really. So what I want to say is, so you are now going to sew up to there, I would say, both sides. Then you put it on. If you see, okay, it's going to fall off my shoulders, it's not, then you just sew a little bit more and look, because that's how you're going to find out if it fits you, if it's nice or not. So